Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. And let's dive into some analysis here. And as you guys can probably see, the markets had a very nice day today, up 95 basis points on the SPY. Triple Q is up 1.54%, and the Dow Jones 36 basis points, and the IWM squeezing out a nice 96 basis point gain today. Overall, very good day. Markets bouncing back. Again, there's still the possibility that we are going to double correct and go lower for one more swing low before that. This is in, and then we're gonna rally higher. But it's also possible that the markets are just gonna run away from people, and we're not gonna get another dip buy opportunity, right? Yeah, but could we come back down and do something like this? Yeah, it's possible, but from the count that I see here, the markets could be very well on their way higher. I've been tracking the Hang Seng Index, and it's currently getting a very parabolic move towards the upside here. Maybe we're gonna get a little bit of selling early on next week to retrace back a bit, and then I think it'll be set for another buying opportunity, and then rally higher. But I think there is a big shift happening in the Chinese stock market right now. But we'll have to follow up on that. Overall, I think that the bullish count is still intact here. It did overshoot my trade setup, and it went down to as low as 495. Now, the bears aren't really saying anything anymore, that we found the bottom. They say, okay, well, this is going to be a great shorting opportunity. It could be a great shorting opportunity if we really start to see weakness and some selling come back. Right now, when I take a look at the daily time frame, Elliott Wave says that we should do essentially just an ABC. But if we just take out these highs here, then you've what you essentially have is the bullish case, and it's going to continue to push up. And should it push up? Probably not. No, rates are very high. The DXY is pushing up today, which is kind of what, in my opinion, what really stalled out the rally. I think it could have gotten even crazier if the dollar really started to collapse here and break below this level. But overall, the dollar held up, and I think the dollar needs one more high. And I think yields are on the verge of topping out here. We are currently long the TLT in our TMF position right now. So TLT, I think got a nice little update today, up 52 basis points. We obviously need to see a break above $89, and then we'll really know that the low might be in here. We could be set to start to impulse out as the yields could be dropping, but we'll know more. I know a lot of people are saying yields are going much higher, but if they do, then we're going to have a much bigger problem on our hands. And yeah, then the market is really going to start to roll over. But yeah, green dot printing on the market cipher B as well. Let's take a look at the SPY here. So actually some very bullish dual band strength index numbers on the S&P on the Wenda. Same thing for the NASDAQ. Dow Jones, a little bit less bullish, but still, trying to hold its own here. Dow Jones is in my buyer area at the moment, and it is holding quite well. So I want to see a nice reversal. I am currently long the Dow right around the lows here. So if it does push lower, I have a very small loss, and I just stop out and look for another trade. But overall, I think the Dow Jones, if it holds up here, should be a leading indicator for us to go much higher. But I did see a lot of longs being closed here at the market close, so that might be telling us that maybe we are going to get a reversal next week, and then continue on lower, which would kind of look like the not January, but it would kind of look like the July sell-off, July to August, I believe, sell-off that we got last year. When it kind of started selling off, we got a bounce, and then we start seeing selling essentially all the way into October. And then October we found our low, and then we rallied to new all-time highs. And now maybe we're gonna get another similar situation, but we'll know more as the charts develop. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame on the SPY. Nothing really new here. Nothing really going on. No new indications of. We're getting some green crosses, which is positive for a possible low being put in here, and then a rally higher, but we need to see more. We need to see more price action. And once we really see the moves happen, then yeah, we'll know that the lows are in. But Bitcoin is not doing too good right now. It is dropping, so it's kind of telling us that maybe the liquidity is leaving the system, and we're gonna have some pretty big problems soon. So I mean, I'll keep you guys up to date on how the crypto miners are doing and everything. But let's take a look at some individual names. And we'll cover Roku today because we have a trade going on Roku, and obviously not doing too good today after earnings. You know, it was up 9% in the after hours, and then at the open we're now we're down 10% in the after hours. I do have stops set for this trade here again, but it's the fact that we're dropping below my buy area, not a good look. And there is probably I think a longer term buy area all the way down here. But that extends as low to the 38 level, and I don't hold trades that long. I think it would be really painful for the portfolio to do that, so that's not something I'm gonna do. And let's take a look at this pivot is starting to break once again, but we'll see. I'll consider maybe stopping out if we cross below 55, but I have stops even below there, so we'll see. Let's take a look at Apple. So Apple coming up here in a wave 2, I think. And I think we're going to start to impulse lower here for one more low in Apple now that we've broken our level. But could the low be in? And then we're going to start to impulse out, something like this. Yeah, it's possible. But when I look at Apple and on Market Cipher, we are still in that red money flow, but we are printing a nice little bullish green dot here with some bullish divergence, which is a good setup. The weekly time frame though is not looking good with the 15 and a -5 on the dual band strength index and a red dot, a diminishing green money flow. So that's not really something I like to see. Yeah, but overall it should be in a longer term buying area. This is just an accumulation phase for the true investors that want to buy Apple for the longer term, and then you should come out of this in the eventually. Right, so but the Apple is not a trade that I'm in anymore. Let me take a look at something else. Oh, wow, the semis were really strong today. Let's take a look at the semis. So the semis, there we go. So the semis can show some strength and break back above the 50 and the 20-day moving average. That's going to be a really positive thing for the market. And then semis can just continue to push on higher. That means NVIDIA, NVDA, SMCI, and all these stocks are going to start impulsing higher. And NVIDIA was up 6% today. When you look at that, look at this move already from the low. It's up 14%. So I think NVIDIA, if it starts to push higher here, you're going to be in the final wave of the fifth wave here, the longer term fifth wave, extended fifth wave, and then you're just going to do a nice bearish divergence, and you'll start to roll over if you can hit this target area of 1230 to 1387. So it's a long ways away, but it can go that high. It can get really crazy. I mean, look how crazy SMCI got. Like I said, SMCI is in the buy area. It's about to invalidate the wave 4 here, which would mean the C leg is in, and we just barely entered the buy area. The larger term buy area, we entered like 676. And then we start to push higher from there. So SMCI showing a lot of strength right now. Could it go back up to its all-time high and make a new one? Yeah, it could. It could, and then it could just extend this whole move. And this will turn out to be maybe a double correction, but I don't really like how how this would be a double correction because I see more than just 3 waves. Let's go on and we'll take a look at Tesla. Tesla was actually down 1% today, but from the rally it's had, I think it's just getting a bit of a pause day. It's up 20% from the lows, right? So I think a definitive low has been made. You've continued to build bullish divergence. Did you invalidate it here? You almost invalidated the bullish divergence as well. So it just continued to build. Now you have a definitive low in Tesla, I think, and now you should be set to rally higher. But could it come back down and fill this gap and retest the lows? It could. It could if the markets pull back. Google making a new all-time high today, pushing higher. So now this setup is invalidated. This impulse down, and the B wave is extending higher, right, along with the market. and now you have an extended fifth wave. So now you have to adjust your count, and then we'll take a look at it here too. So you can do another. Let me see here. One. Oh no, you have to put the 3 there. So 1, 2, 3, but then you have an invalidation point. So this would be on a whoops, on the larger time frame or a different time frame that I have to look at. But I think you're now pushing up in a third wave of a fifth wave. Let me just see here. 1, 2, 3. Let me just reorient myself here. There we go. 3, 4. No, I can't. I cannot make that work because you're gonna invalidate the 1. So either this is your 1, or this is your 1, and you had 2, 3, and a 4 to 5, which means Google is just pushing way higher. But I could have this drawn completely wrong as well. But this is what I see right now, and I think this is going to overtake in a third wave. So, well, anyways, that's basically it. And then you should finish up after maybe a pullback or a sideways consolidation and another high, and then you'll finish. You'll be done for Google. Let's cover some miners, some crypto miners. So the miners today, kind of just some sideways price action. They are holding up rather well, all things considered, with Bitcoin, chopping sideways, dipping sideways, not really doing much. I think maybe if we could get down to this a 7-hour RSI bands index under the MFI index, back down to 61,300, I'd buy Bitcoin. Really interested in longing if we get to this area, and then I think we'd be set for another rally higher. And then we maybe a low will be put in here, and then we'll continue to push higher. But these tend to take a bit of time to play out. All right, let's cover. So Mara and a lot of these miners are just in the C leg here. Could this just be a third wave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But this is just a C leg, and you've met the minimal requirements for a low being put in place here. So yeah, I still like them for a long-term hold, but you have to be really committed for the long position, because this can be very volatile. Gold miners getting another bid today with some good news, except for probably one SVM. I believe Silver Core took a bit of a dip today because it didn't get its merger, or a merger it was trying to complete. Newmont Mining, bit of a pause there after its big day today, but overall the GDX and the GDXJ look like they're coming out of this wave 2 here. The low could be in ABC. Could it double correct? It could, right? Which means that this is going to be a more complex correction, right? Could it do something like this, right? ABC, and then another ABC, and then another ABC, right? And the way it double corrects is with a WXY, right? And could it do that? Yeah, it could. It could, but if it starts to impulse out too much and you take out this high, we'll know that we're in this third wave. And this is the price of gold is going to go up. The price of silver is going to go up. And we're going to see much higher prices. The primary target that I have drawn out right now is in the 42 to 48 range. And the GDX could go up another 50%. Individual names could go up another 100%, right? So it's a lot of... there's a lot of upside potential here for the miners. Anyways, let's continue to something else. I want to talk about not the gold and silver. I think we covered that already, or I think it's just consolidating a little bit before its next run up. It's kind of forming a base here right around 27. But I think the the yields are going to go lower. I think this is going to help the markets a lot. I think we are finishing up in a fifth wave. You have bearish divergence now on the daily time frame. You've made a higher high, and the yield's just a nominal high. Just a little bit of a higher high, and then now you're gonna start to roll over. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. Again, don't Don't make it more than that than it should be. It's just my opinion. And if we do start to break down lower, then that's going to be really helpful for the equity market. And I think we have the FOMC statement coming out, or the Fed fund rate. It's going to be coming out soon. Let me just see here. Yeah, so it's going to be next week on Wednesday, May 1st. And there's a lot of talks of sell in May, walk away, right? Which means that they're going to be hawkish and they're going to raise rates again, which I don't think they will. Right now, they're set to keep them flat. If we get a surprise hike, markets will crash. If we get a surprise cut, markets will explode higher. If they keep them flat, they'll probably be flat to bullish bias and maybe push up higher. But we'll know more. We'll know more next week. I'm still bullish on the market. I don't think we're set to break down just yet. I think we need a little bit more time. But if it wants to break down now, I'm not against it, and I will welcome the rollover in the market. And I'll be still long the GDX because I think precious metals is where you want to be right now. All right. Anyways, have a wonderful evening, guys. Enjoy your weekend, relax, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.